Welcome to Advantage Connors. Coming to you today from Indian Wells, California. I am your host, Brett Connors, and with me as always, Jimmy Connors.
Happy to be here.
We got something special today, Pops. Our very first guest joins us on the show. And what a guest he is. Born in Brooklyn, New York, and has had a career spanning over 40 years. He started boxing in the 80s, had 50 wins, 44 of them by knockout. And in his time since retiring, has evolved into much more than just a sports legend. A star of stage and screen, having appeared in major motion pictures, and even his very own one-man stage show. He is now a cannabis entrepreneur, having launched his very own cannabis brand, Tyson Ranch. It is with great pleasure that we welcome to the podcast, the champ, Mike Tyson.
Well, thank you, Brett. Thank you. You should be in politics, man.
I like that.
That was good.
Yeah. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. I was glad to come here. It was really, it was really a pleasure hanging out with your dad and yourself.
Yeah. We're happy to have you.
Champ, I got a question.
Go for it.
You've been in boxing, and now you've kind of dipped your finger into tennis. Your daughter,
yes, my daughter,
11, 12
she's 11
years old?
years old. And my wife went into the deuce and she took her to tennis, and the worst thing happened. She won her first tournament.
Well, that's not a bad
That's
thing.
not a bad thing.
No, because now, listen, this happened when she's 3. She's 11 now.
Oh.
This happened when
So
she
you're
was
more
3.
than just stuck in it.
Yeah, now she's 11. So that's probably the worst thing happened. We give up everything for this little girl. And we want her to win more than she wants to. We're not the right parents to have when we're at a tennis match.
So you guys get into it?
Oh, man, we ain't hardly even getting arguments.
Back and forth?
Yeah, hey, just don't talk to her. Leave her alone, all right? Just let her think this out. Please don't talk. Don't look. Just get off the court. She don't want to see you. She told me she don't want you here. Because my daughter was enough. I don't want her here. I had to tell her, baby, you got to go.
I was family taught, Champ.
Yeah.
My mother taught me how to play, so I understand those battles that you have, with the parents, and then you be the.
Somebody has to be on her side, because that's how she'll get discouraged if both parents are on her.
Yeah. Well, she's got to have somebody in her corner,
Yes, exactly.
and you know what that's like. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So when she took it up, did she like it right away?
100%. Yeah.
Really? How good is that?
And I was very proud that she, at 11 years old, she could reach the level that she did. And I was just really proud of her.
Good.
know.
So, but don't push her, right?
No, I don't believe in pushing her.
Yeah. Great. So Champ, I've got to ask you. I mean, I watched you in awe when you went into the ring, and here's why. You were a no frills guy. You went in there, you had your shorts on, you had your boots on, and you had a towel over your head, and you walked in there, and you were nothing but down to business. And when I saw that, and everybody else is over with their robes and everything, and I could see, you, and just seeing what you were going to bring to that ring, what was that led you to walk into the ring from the minute that bell rang and give it your all?
Well, I just had a great trainer. I had a great teacher. More so than anything, more than me saying I'm this and that. My teacher had a great teacher that helped me discover who I was in a certain area of that stage of my life.
And that is Cus D'Amato?
Cus D'Amato,
yes.
Great teacher. No one ever spoke to me like that before. I never understood the definition of ego. I never had an ego. And then he discovered the ego in my head. And he formed the ego, and I grasped that ego. And then I formed some illusion of myself from him just giving me affirmations. And this is the person who I've become.
But did you have to find, when I was playing at a top level, I had to find a reason to be angry. Something in my past, to motivate me.
100%. To believe that I'm nothing and you're going to fail because you always failed at something, and you have to prove yourself and prove those affirmations that Cus told me was true. And then once you get confidence, confidence breeds success, and success breeds confidence. The two go hand in hand.
Right.
And once you just start to believe in yourself and have that confidence, and when that confidence is applied properly, it will supersede a genius.
But did he have to drag that out of you? Or that's inside of you, right?
No, I had to be. Sometimes we don't know we have it.
Right.
And the only way we know we have it is through pain. We endure pain, and pain supersedes us to either become better or become worse.
Right. So when he took you in and allowed you to find that, and then when you got in the ring, obviously you weren't afraid to apply it to your trade, were you?
No, I was afraid. I just wasn't intimidated.
Oh,
I'm always
interesting.
afraid.
Interesting.
I'm afraid now.
Oh.
We're all afraid. We're a fear-based world.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we're afraid to die and don't understand dying is a form of living too.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, do you think, because I think it's interesting between you guys, both you guys used anger, I think, as a motivating factor. And, in normal life, your average person hears this, and anger is a negative. You don't want to be angry. Anger is a bad thing, anger management.
But sometimes you have to look at it as being controlled anger.
Mm-hmm.
You're angry, but you're totally focused, and you don't feel nothing but see everything.
Mm-hmm. So you would channel your anger into your opponent, essentially,
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Did you scout your opponents, or were you so prepared and had so much confidence in your own ability that you just said, "I am what I am. Bring what you have"?
No, I'm a strong believer in studying my opponent. So if me and you signed the fight 6 weeks ago, the day we signed the fight, I'm watching your film to the day I'm in my dressing room, and I'm leaving the dressing room to fight you. Every day to the day we signed the fight.
Yeah.
Every day, probably a couple of times a day, I'm watching, even up to the time I'm in the dressing room and they say, they call it, it's your turn, champ, or whatever. That film of your fight, somebody is playing while I'm leaving to fight you. I watch them constantly.
So if you're saying you stayed in training,
Mostly, yeah.
Most of the year.
I have 15 fights in 1 year. I fought constantly. I'm fighting like 3 times a year.
Wow.
15 fights, is that's out of the norm for sure, isn't it?
All the old fighters, Harry, Greb, Jack, they used to fight like that.
All the time. And your fights weren't exactly going long, those early ones,
No,
so
they didn't
you
go
could get a
long.
few in a year.
You're absolutely right.
We were talking many times. We talk about it, but there was times when you were fighting, and we were in London, I think, right?
London '91.
In '91,
yeah, you were playing.
and it was I was playing the tournament then, and so we had the people. It was a little late for me because I had to play the next day. So they taped your fight for us
Against your second fight against Razor Ruddock.
Again.
Oh, man.
And so we came home from a match that night. NBC had made a tape for us, and we had the hotel bring up a VHS, and then we went home and watched the fight. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
I remember watching you play. Look, you were mad at the judge. You said, "Look, I'm 31 years old, man. Give me a break." Remember that game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Champ.
That was your best year. You came back. That was your comeback
I was an old
year.
guy then.
Yeah, it was your comeback year.
It's sometimes age is as much as I liked getting older, it was the epitome for me to at that age 39 to perform like that. So that was my passion, for the sport, and that's what I saw in you. When you walked in that ring, I mean, it was almost like you were home. Your feelings and what you were going through. So
that's funny you say that, Mr. Cotton, because you have to look at what guys like me and you, guys that do what me and you do. We're guys that we even hate to say what we really are when we really see who we are. We are guys that need people to tell us that we're somebody special. And that doesn't make us a bad guy. Don't make us I don't know what insecure. That's just who we are. We need somebody to say things fucking nice about us. Maybe because we don't feel nice about it, but we just need that. We need people to talk to us. We need people to acknowledge us. And to me, I be saying to myself in the past, this is faggy stuff, but that's just who we are. That's who I am. And I don't even know why I'm like that. And I'm against people who are like that. And I said, that's just who the universe made me to be.
So do you see a little bit of yourself in people and like that, and it pisses you off a little bit?
Hell yeah. That's interesting you said it. No one ever said that. You're the only one that hit it.
Yeah. It like triggers it a little bit,
Yes,
and you don't know
100%.
why it pisses you off.
No, his arrogance offends my arrogance.
Exactly.
His idiocy offends my idiocy.
Yeah, it's like you spot it, you got
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
No one ever said that. You're the only guy that ever talked in my whole career that spotted that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like that.
that's
Yeah.
well, how about that?
Yeah. All right. Well, what about then when you transitioned out of boxing and when you
That was tough.
right with the anger and you've used this
That was
one
tough.
like source to kind of
I had to
fuel
learn how
everything.
to surrender. I never wanted to surrender. See, boxing is never about surrender. It's about dying on your sword and stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe fighting life is really a tough fight.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with life. Fighting in the ring is nothing when you have to fight with life and fight with who you are and fight with your flaws and try to overcome your flaws and lose people who you love because of your flaws. And, you're just a mess.
Yeah. Well, because then the sport almost is a little, it's almost easy.
Absolutely.
You know, like I just want the result.
In that.
Yeah, you win or you lose.
Reality.
It's simple.
Yeah.
With real life, it's a lot more dirty, a little,
It really is dirty.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, champ, that my grandfather was a boxer. And he fought Joe Louis back in the days.
What was his name?
Thompson.
Really?
Yeah, Al Thompson, and way back. And he trained me as a boxer. And he always told me that tennis was boxing at 90 feet, because you had to learn how to take the blows and come back from them and duck and dodge and figure out a way to win, because it's just you and your guy who you're in the ring against. And for me, that was his training with me, and the way he talked to me, like you had. You know, you can't buy that. You know, you have to find somebody special, you know, that gives you that.
Now, what you just said, you have to find somebody special. I never saw anybody like my mentor, Cus D'Amato, again. A guy that didn't believe in money, didn't care about money. He thought money was meant for thrown off behind the back of trains. He just thought about being the best person you could be. He always thought about excellence.
Right, and going out every time.
And all that stuff.
And giving it everything you've got every time.
No, actually dying for it. You know?
Yeah.
Guys like him, he believes things are worth dying for.
That's a heavy cross to bear, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, to know that you have somebody that loves you that much. You know, I always felt that I couldn't screw up, because people had invested so much in me. You know, not money, you know, but love and attention, and, you know, to try to make me, you know, what I tried to become. And it seems like, you know, that's what Cus D'Amato did for you.
Yeah, but I remember a lot of baggage, because there was people that wanted they wanted to humiliate him, so make him feel like a joke. And so I took on his battles.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that does sound familiar. It does.
You know, so if anybody said, and I got into it, if anybody said anything disrespectful, it was a street fight right there. I was punching them in their face.
Well, that's loyalty, right? You know, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people feel that when they have somebody, you know, that there's always a different reason why they're with them. You know, there's not many that just give their heart and soul, you know, to their talent.
Oh, no, I would kill somebody for him.
Right. Yeah. That's a heavy statement, though, champ.
Yeah.
You know.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Well,
Right? Yeah.
But to have you say that, I've never heard that from anybody else. You know, and that's why, you know, I always, you know, when you came on, I was on, you know, because I wanted to see that, you know, and what you had to give, you know, and the way you performed in the ring, that was your payment back. You know, whether you needed to pay back or not, but, you know, that was, you know, what you thought, you know, was your payment back. And that, you know, that's heartfelt, you know, from a lot of guys.
Thank you.
No, me for one, because I mean, I can identify and feel, you know.
Nobody never treated me like that before.
Yeah, isn't that something? You know.
Showing you that kind of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he adopted you, right? I mean, he was essentially your dad. Yeah.
You said it was tough when you got out of boxing. What was so tough about it?
I don't know. I had to, you know, you come to the time of your life when you realize, well, I don't know, it's a paradigm shift, epiphany, when you realize everything you learned in life was wrong. You got to start over, and you think, fuck, how do I do that?
When I stopped, I was lost. You know, because my calendar went, you know, not day by day or week by week. It went by event.
Yeah,
So-
but listen to what else, Mr. Khan. Everybody was gone,
Interesting.
right? Everybody was gone, right? Everybody was with you every day of your life since you started doing this.
Right.
Was gone. The good, the bad, the ugly. Everybody was gone.
Yeah.
You didn't even have anybody to fight.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
the fuck happened?
Yeah, where'd they all
Man
go?
alone.
Right.